Hello students, welcome to your first flipped classroom video for Pre-AP Math at Midway Middle School. Our goal today is to take notes on page 16 in our composition book. And the title for the notes is Angle, Angle, Similarity. And what we're trying to do is figure out how we can prove that two triangles are similar based on their angles. So I have two triangles here. I have triangle CAR and I have triangle PET. And you'll notice something about these triangles, and I hope you're drawing them in your composition book, is first that both of them have a right angle. So those two angles are congruent. And we also know from this stripe that these two angles are also congruent, angle R and angle T. So we can say that if angle C is congruent to angle P and angle R is congruent to angle T, then angle A is congruent to angle E. And I have too many angles in there. So the deal is, when we're dealing with triangles, if we can prove that two of the angles are congruent, then the other one has to be congruent and the triangles are similar. So we could say, and we'll write it in, that triangle CAR is similar to triangle PET. Now the next example that we're going to look at is, again, two right triangles, but now instead of looking at stripes or just seeing if an angle is congruent, we're going to look at the measure of the angles to see if we can prove that these two triangles are similar. Now, we know that they're both right triangles because of the square in the corner, so we also know that the sum of all three angles in the triangle is 180 degrees. You should remember that probably from a couple of years past. When we add up all three angles in a triangle, all of the angles add up to 180 degrees. And in this case, we have angle A is 90 degrees plus angle R plus angle F is going to add up to 180. And we know that angle A is 90 degrees, and we add that to angle R, which is 73 degrees, plus whatever angle F is 180. And if we do the calculations on our calculator, we know that 90 plus 73 is 163, and 180 minus 163 is 17 degrees. Well, I notice over here that angle G is 17 degrees. So if G is 17 and F is 17, then that must mean O is 73, and so all of those angles are congruent to all of these angles in triangle DOG. That means that triangle ARF must be similar to triangle DOG. And our last example that you need to write down in your composition book is this picture of what looks like a triangle inside a triangle. And we call these embedded triangles, EMBEDDED. When one triangle is embedded in another triangle, they share an angle. And typically, when triangles are embedded in each other, they are similar. See, I could take this triangle and I could actually move it around, and every time I move it around I see that the angles match up, and I could even move it over here, and that doesn't work well. but I can tell that each time I move the triangle, all the angles are congruent. So that means that triangle CAB is similar to triangle DEB. And when you come to class tomorrow, we're going to talk more about what that means, proving that the angles are similar. It's going to help us in finding missing sides.